This is very important information. None of it is an advertisement to take your money. So that fireplace effect that we hear in every episode, let's just turn. I'll just turn on the fire here.
It's a fireplace.
That is a fireplace that you're hearing.
It's a fireside chat that we're having between us and you, the listener, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Okay, you're going to hear some current event talk in this episode that is not current.
Yes, we recorded several episodes before we went live. So if you like what you hear at all, please support us on iTunes by just giving us 5 stars so that more people know that we're out here shouting into microphones.
Yes.
Also, well, you can talk about this because I hate this.
Jim hates this part of the show. You can vote for your favorite idea that we came up with in each episode. In the show notes, there's a survey link, and we will, maybe, at some point in time, do a bonus episode based on the winning idea.
Finally, if you have anything you want to say to us, anything at all, hopefully it's nice things. But even if it's not, if you have feedback for us, hit us up on any of our social media platforms or on the email. You can email us at doyouwanttomake.apodcast@gmail.com.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, @doyouwanttopod. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you, and we hope you enjoy.
Enjoy. I love you.
Bye.
Except hello, because now the show's starting.
All right. That's good.
Don't put your hands on the table like I just did.
Yes, there are 2 rules, Jill. 1, do not lean on the table. 2, go with the flow.
Go with
I'm scared.
the flow.
It's all right. Me too, a little bit, because I've been listening back to all the episodes as I edit them, and now I'm way overthinking everything. So I'm in an interesting place right now.
Don't be scared. I'm not scared. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling loose. I'm feeling warmed up. I've eaten pizza today.
Lucky.
So that's like my you know how Popeye has spinach?
Yeah.
I have pizza. It did start, right?
Oh, we've been going.
Yeah, I didn't waste that. I didn't waste that great line.
No, we got it. Oh, we got it.
Oh, hot. Oh, we got it. Hot. Yeah, we got it. Hot. Ooh, we got it.
What is...
Hot chocolate.
Yeah, I was going to say, Polar Express. Okay.
Remember that time Tom Hanks played everything?
18 parts.
Played everyone in the Uncanny Valley?
A podcast just devoted to the men...
Wait, hold on.
Hey, Joe Godley.
Hey, Jim Bloss.
Do you want to make a podcast?
You're not going to ask our guest?
No, she's not here yet.
Whoa! We are also joined by Jill Raleigh.
Hi.
Did we start? Did the music play? I genuinely don't know.
Well, we all need to agree to make a podcast for the fireplace to work and the music to play, Jim.
All right.
I
didn't realize it was a magic fireplace.
It's the most magic. I want to make a podcast.
Take a look. It's in a fireplace.
I'm going to murder you. Jill, do you want to make a podcast?
Yes, I want to make a podcast.
And Jim, do you want to make a podcast?
I think I asked you first.
Answer the question, Jim. Do you want to make the podcast?
Yes! Okay, that's where the music is, right?
Yeah, it just by now the fireplace has started, the music is playing,
Okay.
It is swelling. I'll give it a little bit of a swell here. Yeah, it'll be great. Oh man, my water's empty. Okay, gonna be parched.
Do you want to go fill it?
Nope, let's do this.
Are you sure?
My cords will live.
Do you want some of mine?
No, I'm good. I'm
Do you want some of Jill's?
No.
Jill answers for me. No, I do not. Okay, so I think that is a great place to start. Tom Hanks in the special features of the Polar Express, there's a little counter in the bottom right corner of the screen that shows all the different people he either did the motion capture for, or the voice, or both. And he's 90% of the movie.
Didn't he do the motion capture for the little kids?
Yeah, he freaking did.
He didn't do. He obviously was not the voice of the kid.
No, but he mocapped for the child. It was great. I just really am a big fan of Tom Hanks.
But like we can agree, like I think we treaded over the point earlier where I said he plays every person that's ever lived in the Uncanny Valley. We can agree that all those people are horrible looking, right?
The Uncanny Valley?
You've never heard of the concept of the Uncanny Valley?
No, tell me about
Okay.
it. Neither of us have.
So the Uncanny Valley is, as you try and make things more realistic, there's a point, like, it's the case with, like, robots, and especially with, like, animation and, like, both in, like, video games and just, like, 3D animation.
Yeah.
There's a point where things become so real looking that they suddenly become weirdly not real looking.
Okay.
And so it's like this graph that like goes up, like real, and then you get to the Uncanny Valley. And the Uncanny Valley is where things look realer, and because they look realer, they also look
It's difficult
fake.
to believe that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Yes.
Tom Hanks.
And it is commonly said that the characters in the Polar Express dwell deeply
in the
Uncanny Valley.
So, Tom Hanks cast.
Tom Hanks cast sounds great.
The Tom Pod. That doesn't rhyme. I thought Tom Pod would rhyme.
No, it didn't.
God damn it.
Hanks cast.
Hanks cast. Yeah.
Okay. I would like to mention this one thing about Tom Hanks before we do anything else. Tom Hanks is a Twitter. He doesn't tweet a lot, but he signs.
Yep. Hanks. Hanx.
He signs every tweet Hanx, which I'm like, why?
It's such like a dad thing to do.
Why? Like, I get Tom Hanks would sign his tweets, but why Hanks with an X?
My father,
to save one character?
I so even weirder to me, my dad, hi dad, for a while there, his text messages had a signature that said John A. Godley after them, as if they were emails.
Oh, really?
And every time he responded to me, I was like, why? 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 But it's a very dad thing, and I see that's what Tom Hanks's Twitter sign-off makes me think of.
Yes.
That's my story.
I'm sticking to it.
Yep.
What's your favorite Tom Hanks film?
Oh, God. Like, that's asking me to, like, remove a limb from my body. Like, I can't.
Pick. Is it The Polar Express?
I kind of just because.
Really?
Well, no, not as a movie, but
Right.
because of how heavily involved Tom Hanks was
Hanks
in
is?
it. That is like in terms of like impressiveness and involvement. Polar Express.
Yeah.
Movie itself, it's a tie. Forrest Gump, Castaway.
Fair.
Are
Fair.
pretty high up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I could just start naming. I enjoy all his movies.
Yeah.
His son is a good actor too.
His son is a good actor. I enjoy him in the things that I've seen him in. I haven't seen him in much recently.
Did you ever see him and Bradley Whitford in The Good Guys? I think that's what it was called. It was a show on Fox.
Yeah, I remember it. I didn't want. I don't think I
no
watched
one
it.
watched that show. It was everything I wanted it to be, and I
didn't realize it was
thoroughly.
Bradley Whitford.
Bradley Whitford
Oh.
plays this cop that did one
Bradley
heroic
Whitford.
thing and like saved the mayor's kid,
Yeah.
and after that just became like an
Just
alcoholic,
coasted.
womanizing.
Yeah.
But he was like a symbol of the town, so they kept him on the police squad. And Colin Hanks is like this like guy who's trying to be up by the book and work his way up. And every week it would spiral out of control, and they would end up stopping a major robbery. But it starts out with them being assigned to only menial cases,
Right.
Because no one wants Bradley Whitford, really seen in the public eye. Well, the
Right.
character, not Bradley himself.
Right.
Anyway, I liked it a lot. No, it was under everybody's radar. I loved it.
I knew what you were talking about. I just never watched it.
What about you, Jill?
I don't like the Polar Express.
Okay,
Okay.
I
Fair.
have to watch it every single year, and I don't like it.
because you're a
Okay.
teacher. For those
Yes.
who don't know you, Jill's a teacher. Okay,
Elementary school.
all right,
And they're obsessed with Polar Express, and I'm not.
fair.
I do love Forrest Gump, but I think I love Toy Story.
Oh, Toy
I
Story.
don't know why I didn't say
I
that.
always
I love
forget
Toy
about
Story.
Toy Story. Because I don't think of Toy Story as a Tom Hanks film.
I do.
That's
I love them all.
I'm glad you brought that up because, well, I'll let you weigh in on this, Jim, and then I have another idea for a podcast.
Okay.
So you go ahead.
I mean, it's tough. I mean, I have not seen Tom Hanks's full body of work. Like, if I had seen Philadelphia, it probably would be Philadelphia.
I still haven't seen that either.
Yeah.
So,
What was that one about?
That's Tom Hanks. I forget who's the lawyer and who has AIDS. I think Tom
I
Hanks.
have seen that.
I think Tom Hanks has AIDS and Denzel's his lawyer.
We watched it in health class.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wow, your job is just giving you a lot of Tom Hanks to
no.
work on.
In high school, we watched.
Oh.
Oh my God! Could you imagine showing
Oh.
fourth graders
No.
Philadelphia?
We only just had the deodorant talk this week. We don't do anything else.
That should be probably the first day of school. First thing you learn in school should be wear deodorant.
Well, I mean, not in kindergarten.
Fair.
It's fourth grade is when they start. To
Okay. All right. Well,
So-
day 1 of 4th grade, I hope
Hey kids.
covers that.
Hey kids. Wear deodorant.
It helps everyone.
You smell. It helps. It helps everyone.
God, people coming to this podcast are like, I'm listening to them tell me to wear deodorant.
Hey, I think we all need a reminder sometimes.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And
Because there are days I forget to wear deodorant just because like I just forget to put it on, and I'm mortified for the rest of the day because I like leave the house and I'm like, oh God, I forgot to put deodorant on. Oh God, I'm a monster.
I wonder when deodorant like actually became a part of humans' routines. Like, because like I'm thinking of you doing this in like the year 1920. Probably no one did.
Well, I would guess early 20th century, somewhere in the first half of the 20th century, deodorant became common.
Well,
but that's like a total guess. You have a look on your face, Jill.
Part of me feels like I know something about this, and there being like the history of baking soda,
Yeah, I can see that.
but
Baking
I don't
soda
know if I'm
gets
making
the
that up
smells
or
up.
not.
Yeah.
I believe Arm & Hammer was the first like kind of people to kind of hop on the deodorant train in all ways, mainly through their production of baking soda. But I don't really know that for a fact. We could do a podcast where we actually like do research and like tell people about it.
The history of deodorant?
Yes, specifically the history of deodorant.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
I'm
the
about
whole
it.
podcast. Every week, a new fact about deodorant.
I also just want to throw in the idea that it never hurts to reapply, and that could be the name of the podcast. It never hurts to reapply. Do we? You guys cool if I throw out another idea?
Yeah.
So, because you said Toy Story, a podcast where we talk, we'd run out very quickly because it's about a first experience. But having people call in, write in about the first movie.
You love those first experience.
I'm really big on origin stories and firsts and first experiences. Yeah, I really enjoy that. So I was thinking like a podcast about the first movie you saw, or that you can either A, remember seeing, or B, that your parents told you, yeah, this was the first movie you ever saw.
Yes.
And if that means anything to you,
well, you could
great. But if not, you probably wouldn't enjoy the podcast.
We could expand that. We can talk about the first movie we ever saw right now. But for a podcast idea, what you could do is you could do just like the first whatever. My first.
The first whatever. I actually like that as a title. The first whatever.
The first whatever.
Not if we're getting religious. Now I don't like it.
But yeah, no, like you could do my first day of school. You could do my first pony. My first time I peed my pants.
You have your first time using deodorant. Going
My
back to the
first
other-
time I used deodorant.
Very good, Jill. Very good. Yeah, I like this a lot. Let's talk about some firsts.
So let's stick with first movie right now. I'll go first.
Yeah. It's a great sentence, and I'll go first. All right, continue.
It was The Lion King.
Aw.
I had to be taken from the theater at least once because I was crying.
Aw.
I believe multiple times. I don't think we stayed for the whole thing. What I do remember is spoilers for Lion King.
Oh, wow.
When you see Mufasa's face in the sky and the stars,
Yeah.
like I just remember seeing a giant lion's face and being just scared shitless.
That's fair.
Like, and just like, I'm out. That's it. Peace.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Okay.
That's all I can recall.
Do you have like has it followed you? Like you have a soft spot for Lion King, or for you it's just like
I mean,
another movie?
I enjoy the movie. I probably haven't watched the whole movie, The Lion King, end to end in probably at least 10 years, probably longer.
Right.
So.
But for you, it's more or less like another movie you've seen. It's not like this.
Yeah, it's not like a super special movie. It's a great film.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see what the live action remake is like.
Yet another time where it's like, I probably won't see this, but damn it, Donald Glover's in it, so I guess I'm going to see this.
I'll see it.
Oh, brilliant
also,
ploy.
John Oliver as Zazu will be very good.
That will be okay. That's two reasons I want to see it.
Choice. But yes, that's all I have to say about that.
Jill?
Would you like to share with the class?
I believe my first movie was also The Lion King, but I don't remember it at all.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I do remember my cousin's first time in a movie theater, and that is my first memory of being in a movie theater.
Okay.
And it is one of my favorite times I've ever been in a movie theater.
Okay, go on. What movie?
We were going to see Tarzan.
Tarzan.
It was a pretty packed movie theater, and it's getting real quiet, and all of a sudden the mom gorilla starts to sing the You'll Be in My Heart song, which love Phil Collins.
Yes.
And
you'll be in my heart.
She screams out real loud in the middle of the movie theater.
This is your cousin screams
my cousin,
out. Okay.
Kara.
Yeah.
Screams real loud, my mommy sings this song to me! And the whole movie theater has that reaction.
Aww.
And I just remember looking at her and going, this is a movie theater. We are not allowed to talk. We get yelled at for that.
So I have one follow-up question. This was a song, I thought that was a song the movie originated. Was it not as...
No, it was.
So
we also did not go to see it when it first came out.
Okay.
So the soundtrack came out first.
I get it.
And the Tarzan soundtrack was a hot seller. I have the Tarzan soundtrack
I listened
somewhere.
to it.
I have it.
Yeah,
I have it
very
as
good.
well. Yeah.
When I taught
NSYNC
dance,
and
they
Phil
did it.
Collins.
Trash in the Camp.
So good.
Jubadap doobie babadoop babadoop boobadap.
Yeah. Yep.
Wap wap tabadoop wap wap.
Rosie O'Donnell. Star-studded
O'Donnell.
cast. Okay, so that's why she said her mom sang it to her.
They
Everyone
listened to
awed.
that CD all the time.
Yeah.
It was always on there.
I love that. I love that movie as well.
What was your first movie? I assume it was Toy Story.
You would be correct. Yes.
Do you have any fond memories?
Not of actually seeing Toy Story. I've watched Toy Story 1 and 2 a lot. Toy Story 2 probably more than Toy Story 1. My parents put a Toy Story poster up in my room, which is still hanging there.
Nice.
Like in a frame, so it's like...
Yeah.
Yeah. But I just this is a very me thing, but I choose to make that a very sacred movie, even though I don't really watch it a lot. But I just identify...
a lot of people our age have a very soft spot for the Toy Story.
We grew up with it.
Yeah. Well, for
Yeah.
me, it's kind of like the first movie. I just, as you said, I'm big on firsts.
Right.
And I sort of keep it in a sacred place where it's got this unrealistic,
Right.
perfect label in my mind.
Right.
And yeah, Tom Hanks. Yeah. Yep. So I like this podcast about firsts, the first whatever.
Yes.
Any other fun firsts that come to mind? If not, that's fine.
No, we'd have to brainstorm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we move on.
Let's move on.
I put out the call.
The call that changed. Oh wait, that's Backstreet Boys. I was thinking.
Let me tell you about the
call
call that
that
changed
changed-
my destiny.
I always say the call that changed your destiny. Hey, it's yeah. You have to say it as such.
Yeah.
Very good. Moving on.
To if anyone had any ideas for podcast, I posted on both our Facebook and our Twitter.
Oh, how'd it go?
It went fine.
I was unaware of this. Did anyone respond?
Well, I mean, I did it like an hour ago. So, yeah.
Did we get any responses from?
We
now
did.
on? That's actually a really good response in my mind.
Yeah.
That's great.
Let's not get too excited about it on the podcast that one person commented on it.
Thank you, one person. I'm very excited, even though Jim told me not to be.
Well, I mean, we want to make it sound
This
like
is a work in
millions
progress
of people listen to this.
Dude, this is
Millions of people are listening right now.
our whole brand is that we're figuring this thing out.
We're celebrities.
Okay.
We're gonna be a star. I'm
just a
taking
guy.
you straight to the top, kid.
He's pointing at Jill, not at me, just in case anyone's wondering. Fine. Not going to be offended.
I'm just along for the ride.
That's my stance on the podcast. You get it. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, good.
Look at this. Look at this $100 bill pillow.
Again
Someday,
with the pillow.
this'll be real.
Is that from the carnival?
Probably.
What did the one person
right, so
say?
the
I'm
one
dying
person-
of suspense. I'm
The
dying.
one person that commented was your friend and mine, Jonathan Dowler.
Jonathan Dowler.
And he said, in honor of International Donut Day, which I guess is today,
Oh,
I did not go to Dunkin' Donuts today to get a free donut. Did you?
Well, Eve went.
we should do that after
Okay.
this. Just saying.
Oh, maybe.
We should definitely do that after.
I have ice cream cake. I was going to eat ice cream cake.
I've already had a donut today. I really shouldn't have another.
Fine, I'll go eat donuts by myself. Continue.
Okay, bye. Let's talk about donuts. Let's do a podcast
Of
about
course.
donuts.
Go, Jill.
Okay, go on.
My favorite donut is currently the Dunkin' Donuts apple crumb donut because
Ooh.
it's like an apple pie with icing.
Ooh.
That does sound great.
That sounds
It
like
is
too good for
great.
Dunkin' Donuts. That's
Oh.
that's really bitchy of me to say, but that sounds too good.
They're not sold at every Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh.
They are
Wow.
only now sold, and I can only find them in the Hamilton Dunkin' Donuts. So Eve stops on her way to work and brings me donuts.
Eve's a rock star then.
She is.
Well done, Eve.
Way to go, Eve.
Okay, Jim, favorite
Hello.
donut.
Oh, this is hard. When I was a young boy,
Is this your first donut? I really want.
No.
I'm kidding. I don't
no,
care.
I don't
care.
I don't remember my first donut. I've had many donuts.
I remember mine.
If you can't tell by looking at me, I have eaten many donuts.
We're gonna circle back to Jill's first donut. But go ahead,
Yes.
Jim. But go ahead.
When I was a young boy, I used to enjoy the donut, the cream filled donuts.
Boston cream or
No, I would get the vanilla cream filled donuts.
Jill is
So
making,
it's like-
The worst.
making a shake her head no
it's
face.
it's like a powdered sugar donut, but it's not really a donut because it doesn't even have a hole in it. Like,
Well, it does where you put
So-
the cream in.
yeah.
oh yeah, that's true.
It's just on the side.
It's almost like a giant cream puff, really,
Yeah.
more than it is a donut.
Totally.
And when I was young, I thought that was great. Now I think that might be just a little too much sugar. That's like diabetic coma levels of
Yep.
eating.
Mm-hmm.
Just one of those is gonna knock you right out. So these days, I prefer just a basic chocolate glazed. Chocolate donut glazed is just
Wait, like a chocolate donut with glaze?
With
Or like a
glaze on
plain-
it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
those. That's my favorite. If I ever go to DD for a donut, that's usually what I get. Yes. What about you?
So it's like plain donut with chocolate frosting and sprinkles. I didn't want to say like chocolate frosted donut because then you'd think it'd be a double
Yes.
chocolate. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
With sprinkles.
Yes.
That's from Dunkin' Donuts. But there is a local farm near us. Yes, we have farms in New Jersey that makes apple cider donuts,
Oh.
which are just... To me, apple cider donuts are a total class in and of themselves
Right.
because
Yes.
they're phenomenal.
Oh
I
yeah.
ate 2 donuts today. I forgot.
That's great.
There were some on the counter at work.
Were they apple cider?
They were
Oh.
from our local farm by school.
Oh, now tell us about your first donut, Jill.
So, I mean, I'm still very picky, but as a small child, I was even pickier. And I would only eat things that were certain colors that I liked.
Uh-huh.
So we went to Donut Day at church, and they had all the donuts lined out, and there were probably at least 4 tables of them.
Okay.
And I went up, and my dad, he said, pick one donut, you can have any donut. And I said, I want a pink donut. And he goes, I don't know if those exist. And I said, no, I want a pink donut. And I found one. It was the strawberry frosted with sprinkles.
Yes.
So
Ooh.
all the time I had strawberry frosted with sprinkles. And then I remember it was after my brother was born, so I had to be at least 8, probably 9 or 10, because he was eating.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have any this day.
Oh no.
So I had to venture out and try a new donut.
What did you do?
Well, I split a donut with my dad. And my dad, also a creature of habit, only eats the sugar jelly donuts, not the powdered sugar ones.
Uh-huh.
So I had to split one of those with him.
Ugh.
I like them. I will eat them, but they are too sugary.
Yeah.
And I don't love them, but I'll still eat them. So I had that day, and half of it was enough, and I was good.
Okay.
But I still love strawberry frosted with sprinkles.
Strawberry frosted.
And I hate when they don't have the sprinkles on them.
Ah, the sprinkles matter.
I have some things to add about donuts. One, let's go back to Donut Day. I like how almost every church
Oh, yeah.
does Donut Day. They just need that to get you in the door.
My church claims that they were one of the first churches to start doing it. And
Yes,
I
I'm
don't
sure
know if
everybody
that's
claims
true.
that. I'm sure everybody had the same idea, like roughly at the same time. It's like, oh, we need people. Like, we need people to come to church.
And it's either booze or sugar that gets people in the door.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all about them donuts.
Donuts are delicious.
2, there wasn't as much to talk about there as I thought.
No, it's
2.
good. Go on.
I would like to discuss donut holes. Because donut holes, one, I honestly probably prefer a donut hole to a donut.
Like Munchkins?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm glad you said that. To me, I grew up knowing them as Munchkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a Dunkin' Donuts thing. For our international and West Coast listeners who don't know what Munchkins are.
Is Dunkin' Donuts not on the West Coast?
I know it's primarily an East Coast thing.
But America runs on Dunkin'. America.
Yes.
All of it.
Yes, but primarily in the East Coast, they're
I know,
rampant in the East Coast.
I know. Like Dunkin's like especially big, like up in Boston.
Yeah,
they love their Dunkin'.
Boston.
I know.
Hey, yeah, let's go to Dunkin'. Oh, it's the worst Boston accent anyone's ever done.
That's makes me think. Just shout out to my buddy Keith Karam. If you ever listen to this podcast, Keith, hello, hi,
Keith. If you got this far, I'm very impressed. Not in this episode. This episode's been great.
I think it'll be like the year like 2020, 2022 before Keith gets this episode.
That's okay.
That's fair.
All right. Well, there's only one way to find out.
There is.
A long time.
I don't want to shit on Keith when he's not here to defend himself.
He's got a lot to do. Keith has a lot to do.
He's got stuff going on.
Hey, back off of Keith.
I don't even know Keith.
Keith, I'm here for you. I don't know Keith, but I'm here for him. Anyway, donut holes. Donut holes. Mm-hmm. Great. Because, one, you can sample several flavors of donut at once. I don't want to hear your opinion.
He's pointing at Jill.
Well, he's giving me the stop hand.
Yeah, he's putting his hand in her face.
Because she made a face.
I don't like to try other flavors.
Well, nobody asked if you did.
This is really...
But if you were to try other flavors, the small bite-sized portion of a donut hole would be the best way to do it. 2, I find it interesting that they're called donut holes, as, first off, they are the donuts that don't have holes. So that's weird, right? Mm-hmm. I'm sure people pointed that out before. Also, I think they're called donut holes because they are the punched out piece of the donut, or they're supposed to resemble that.
Yep.
But they are almost certainly not made that way anymore. So they're really just donut blobs. That's really all I have to say about that.
Okay.
I'm just gonna stick with Munchkins.
This is... Let's see. We're nearing the end of time. I'll save it for another week.
I have one more proposal. Because of our guest.
Okay. This is
Something about me.
I would like to discuss a movie. And this movie is called no, I'm not going to say what it's called yet. I believe
my favorite movie?
I believe that Jill and I will come at this movie from 2 different angles, and that's why I'd like to bring it to the table today. Jill thinks that this movie is an instant classic, a cult classic.
No. That's
a cult
not
classic
what I said.
that she loves very much. I think that this movie is possibly the scariest movie ever made.
I will agree that it is very, very creepy and borderline scary. However, it is still very good.
No, it's horrifying.
Because it's so bad that it's
horrifying.
good.
Pause. So a movie cannot be good if it is horrifying, according to Jim.
Well, first off, not a movie.
Well, it's horrifying.
I mean, first off, yes, we've had this discussion about scary movies before.
Yes, but I want the listeners to know where you're coming from on this.
This movie is both bad and horrifying.
Okay.
But that's what makes it great.
The movie is called Return to Oz.
I've never seen
Have you heard of this movie?
Nope.
Okay.
Can I go?
You go first.
All right. So, I think it was made in the 80s. Probably like 87-ish.
Late 80s, early 90s, yes. Somewhere in there.
So I found it by, I don't remember if it was Blockbuster or Hollywood Video, but my mom would let me walk through and I got to pick any movie I wanted.
For any millennial listeners, you used to...
1985.
You used to rent movies.
I was very close.
Physical movies from a store. They were called Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. And you borrowed these movies, and then you had to return them or else incur a late fee. Expensive. By the time you were done paying your late fee, you could have bought maybe 3 copies of the movie.
Yeah.
But anyway, Go on, Jill.
So I walked through, I'm pretty sure it was Hollywood Video, and I found this movie. And I just needed to see it. It had Oz on the front. I loved Wizard of Oz. My mom had been reading the books with me. Like, I knew I needed it. So we rented it. And I loved it. So Dorothy returns to Oz. However, in order to get there, she's checked into an insane asylum.
How old is she at this point?
So first off,
the book, she's 9.
Cut. Yes. So this is treated as not a. This is by no means a sequel to the film The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not.
It's the books.
It's based off books, other Oz books,
which I love.
So,
okay.
In this movie, Dorothy has been to Oz, and now she's back, and she's talking about Oz, and so everybody thinks she's crazy. Dorothy is also portrayed by someone who is probably about 12 years old. So right off the bat, everyone's confused watching this movie.
Just him.
No.
Okay,
everybody's going to come to this movie saying, oh my gosh, I love The Wizard of Oz. I can't wait to go back.
Yep.
So, can I go again?
Yes, go again.
So she's going to the doctor. There's the whole, like, ticking machine and everything. And then they, like, decide that she needs to stay there. So basically she's checked into this insane asylum. And, like, a big storm happens. And the big storm makes the lights go off, and there's people screaming because, like, you know, the tests are kind of being tortured. This is maybe a little bit scarier than I thought it was.
I like this so far. No joke. I'm digging this.
We haven't gotten to the scary part yet.
Okay.
So, the big storm happens. She has this girl who helps her try to escape, and I guess she falls into the river, and she's, like, floating around. Oh,
like
she
in
has
a
pet
cage.
chicken. So instead of her dog Toto gets left behind, and the pet chicken goes with her. And I feel like the chicken's name starts with a B, but I'm not sure. I think it's like Becky, maybe?
Instead of Toto, it's like Bok Bok.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
So the chicken and her are floating away, and then all of a sudden she wakes up in the middle of this like wooden crate in the middle of a desert. And it's like a quicksand desert, and she realizes that she's in Oz. And
does she remember having been to Oz?
Oh,
yeah.
Because
Because she's in the insane asylum.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
She was telling stories all about them, and she's saying like, I need to go back and see my friend Tin Man, and they're like, no, there is no Tin Man. Tin doesn't talk.
Right.
So like she's going through, and like she goes like through all the crazy things, and she meets friends. They're not the same friends because those friends, well, I'll get to that in a few seconds. Those friends are in danger. And so the first person I believe she comes by is this army robot type of thing that needs to be wound up. His name is TikTok. And he's cool. He's normal. But when she finds him...
Sure, normal.
Yeah, I mean, he's like a robot. When she meets him, she sees all these people that are stone. And we find out about the villain, whose name is Mombi. And she kind of decapitates people and seals their heads. And keeps all their heads so that she can interchange her head.
Yeah, so like she has all these heads on display, and like throughout the movie, she will change her head to a new head.
That's cool.
She'll like open up the closet and like take it. This is a movie for children, though. and now the worst before you meet Mombi, though.
Well, you get
let's not give away too much of the movie. I want to leave something.
The true horror show are the things that serve her, which are called wheelers. And they look like this.
Oh, we're gonna link to a picture of a wheeler in the show notes.
There are so many of them too.
Holy shit! That is frightening.
Yes.
Wait, but
and then when they move,
those are masks though.
Yes, but the first time you meet them, they look like that, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
So
okay, let's give a few more plot points, but then leave it to the imagination.
Okay,
for everyone listening.
Other characters that she meets.
Yeah,
a talking moose head that's like a mounted moose head.
But it's not like a moose; it's the Oz version of a moose.
Right, whatever. That they then construct a body for, so that they can fly. Like they make a body out of like a couch and like giant
two
couches and like giant palm leaves, and they like sprinkle dust on it, and the whole thing comes to life, and it's like their horse that like carries them around.
And then there's my favorite, Jack. He's Jack the Pumpkinhead.
Aww.
He's like a scarecrow but with a pumpkin head.
So,
and I believe he was Mombi's friend or something.
Okay.
Something like that.
Now, Jim brought this up because he said it was an idea for a so you want to make a podcast about Return to Oz?
I don't know. I just want people to know that this movie's horrifying.
Okay, fair.
I just like horrifying children's movies. There's a lot of them.
Good.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That could be a good podcast.
So let's expand it to that.
Yeah.
Movies that are supposed to be children's movies, but are really made of the stuff from nightmares. And if you go back to movies from the 60s, 70s, and 80s, boy, oh boy, are there a lot of options there.
Okay. I think that's really good. I haven't seen a lot of those movies, so I don't have much to add.
I mean,
to this
we would have to.
Has anyone seen Rockadoodle? That's another one of my
Jill's a
favorites.
wealth of information on this genre.
Is it Rockadoodle? Or, yeah, Rockadoodle. That's the one with the chickens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the chicken that's basically Elvis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that has a big scary part, too, with a big storm.
Oh, does it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think we should come back to this. The next time we have Jill on, we can talk about shit that is just horrifying and made for children.
Yeah, go take some notes for us about horrifying
bring it
children's
back.
movies.
Bring it back. This will be a good part.
more.
We'll do a part 2. Okay.
But if anyone's watched Return to Oz, please contribute to the conversation about what is your scariest part. I was about to say favorite scariest part, and then I was like, no, it's not. It's nobody's favorite anything.
It's my favorite movie. I love that movie.
I'm excited to watch it now.
I have it on DVD if you'd like to borrow it.
I would.
I will get that to you.
Great.
We can have a viewing part if you would like to watch it again.
God.
I think I'll have a video of Jim watching Return to Oz, and we'll put that on the Facebook. That would be a treat.
I mean, if I'm gonna watch that movie, I'm gonna riff all over it though, and then you're gonna get upset.
No, it's fine. You
all
can
right,
because you watched it once all the way through.
All right.
This has been another episode of Couples Therapy. I've been your therapist, Joe Godley. You can follow us. Do you want me to cut that out? I thought that was pretty funny.
I don't know. We'll talk about it.
You can follow us.
I was just waiting for you to give me an opening to say something.
Do we want to remind people to follow us at the end if we mention it in the intro? Is that excessive?
Yes.
No.
We got a yes and one no. So skip it if you don't want to hear our request.
Yeah, so we're done being funny mostly for now. I don't know if this episode was too funny. It was kind of funny at points.
Now we're just going to ask you to follow us on Twitter,
Yeah,
Instagram,
hit us up on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. You know, the usual.
At what handle, Jim?
At Do You Want to Pod. Send us emails if you love us or hate us or whatever. If you got something to say, you can always send us an email at doyouwantomakeapodcast@gmail.com. And give us those 5 stars. Give those 5 stars on iTunes.
On the tunes.
And
subscribe and download. Those things,
subscribe.
They all seem trivial, but they all do matter, and it's all free to do. We're not asking for any money.
It's real easy. I mean, you're probably already there.
You're halfway there. Just
you're
hit
the
button. Come on, hit the button.
Just hit the button.
Hit the button. We love yous. Hi, Mom. Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom. I love you.
And thank you, Jill.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.